how do we really define ourselves? I mean, do we just analyze our personality and decide from there? Or what about the many decisions that we make across our lifespan? Or what about is our experiences that what shapes us? The answer to our big question is not cut and dry, but it is important to ask ourselves this question. This question leads us to develop a self-awareness, which is crucial to live a happier life. Although living a happy life can be unrealistic, especially since the interpretation of happiness is subjective from person to person. Well, I mean, there are many shared features. I mean, who wouldn't want to be rich or get to travel across the world and not have any problems or stressors? I felt those desires, but I also felt like I got my answers from somebody else. And I felt like this for a while. I felt like I didn't know myself as much as everyone else knew themselves. So I started to ask this question. And after a few years, I developed a self-awareness. And now I'm happier with who I am and who I've become. And this is how I got there. It started on a really bad night. I mean, I went on a cruise with two of my best friends and I only came back with one. Long story short, things got physical and it didn't need to be that way. An escalation transpired and it was very unnecessary. However, it allowed me to take a glance at myself and identify my part in the role and what I did wrong. Which I realized I started developing anger issues and irrational thinking because of the depression and losses that I faced throughout my life. It altered me and it altered my ego. So from there, I sought professional help. And soon after I lost my best friend, I also lost my father. So I really lost myself. But I got up and I went back to seek help. And I developed some coping mechanisms while I was there. I started being more adaptive, started doing better in school, and my mental health was improving. And I was able to rediscover myself, what I liked, what I didn't like. I mean, I love breakfast foods now, and I realized that. And I realized that I love the color pink when I always thought my favorite color was blue. And I also love the color orange, which I feel like is an underappreciated color, by the way. Long story short, I made this realization that I needed to see. I saw the ugly truths in myself and worked on them. Everyone has these ugly truths, and it's important to realize them and adapt from them. Once I developed this self-awareness, I discovered more for myself. I realized I love doing my makeup at 3 o'clock in the morning because it's therapeutic and it excites me. But not only that, it's time I get to spend with myself, which was the biggest contributor to my self-discovery and my self-awareness. And I wish to you guys that you are able to do the same. Now I must circle back to our big, bad question. And the answer to this, in my perspective, is I am still learning. Because as humans, we are constantly evolving. But there is a new question. How would you describe your current self? Thank you.